Greetings, and this is my overview for week 2. Now, again, I don't expect the agenda to change, but it's likely. So it happens. I shouldn't say it's likely. Sometimes that happens. But for this week, like I said in the week 1 overview, you should look ahead because while one week looks like you don't have much to do, you often have tasks that you need to work on that are going to need to be submitted in the following week. So here in week 2, we started project 1 and you started some anchor text. So you have to manage your time so that you can get things submitted. So again, you'll see the what to know information that hasn't changed. But the week 2 agenda I've taken from the course schedule, and the what to do information that hasn't changed. Again, there's mark review to say, hey, yes, I looked and read that content. What's due, you have, this is just a reminder that you should continue working on those anchor text tasks. And then you have 2 other assignments that are due inside our course overview and introductions. So if I click on here, and you should have already spent some time looking at what's due. So I'm going to click on this introduction letter because this item here actually is going to require you to do a bit of work. This link isn't live right at this moment that I make this video, but I will add the link for the instructions for what you need to do to complete this introduction letter task. This is basically my first opportunity for you to share just something about yourself, but in a specific way that is going to allow you to share how you write with me and your classmates, and also introduce yourself. So you're going to want to look at that ahead of time. So again, I know that I clicked out of the weekly content area. So I'm here inside the discussion board, inside a forum, and inside the thread that you would post your introduction letter. So I'm going to go back to week 2 because that's where I need to be at this moment. So I'm going to continue to scroll down. Now, initial posts. So for each project, there are assigned chapters from our major text, which is the Abrams text. And because this is an online course, we do not have an opportunity to talk to each other. So you are doing a lot of posting of content to demonstrate that you are reading and processing the writing choices for each of those projects. So those writing posts are broken up into initial posts and then synthesis posts. So the initial posts for project 1, those 3 chapters are actually due in week 2. So they're due this week in week 2. So you're going to go and click on, you will have to read the content for chapter 1. I suggest you read through the chapters. And then when you click on the link that brings you inside, you will make 4 initial posts. You can choose any of these links that you want to post in. You do not have to post in all of them. So pay attention to the instructions. You're making 4 initial posts. So I'm going to go back to my week 2. So the instructions for each of the chapters are basically the same. I asked you to make these posts, and you can do a combination of activities and techniques. That is completely up to you. So this week you are posting for the 3 chapters that will give you the writing material and instructions and techniques to create a draft for project 1. I also ask you to post to the Peter Pringle activity. So I'm going to click on that. And You will return to Peter Pringle several times this semester. And for the first time, each time you come back to it, you'll be asked to do something slightly different. So just keep that in mind. So the Peter Pringle task is another task that helps you think about your writing choices for the type of writing that you are doing. So those are the items that are due this week in week 2, but you need to get started on them earlier. Now, by the end of week 2, on Sunday, you have this thing called the synthesis posts. Now, this is where you now have to go back and review content that your classmates posted. And the point of this is to see what information other people have gotten from the chapters that you're using for the current project, and to decide for yourself, what do you think everyone's learning, and what is the major learning that's happening? So this task requires you to not just post what you feel, but use your classmates as your resources for saying something about what's learning. And so you have to create a synthesis post for each of the chapters. And I'm not sure about one, and well, this is not in the right order, so I will put those in the right order. And so that is basically what you have to do for week 2. And you're going to want to plan ahead, look at the schedule so that you can keep going. The next step is going to be a draft and draft review. So in week 3, you're going to have those things coming up. So I'm going to end this video and wait for your questions to be posted in the virtual office or when you talk to me during my office hours.